the Gnar. It's just going to be Ben.
I'm going to give that one over. Zeus, an exceptional Gnar. Yeah, okay, so we actually were right.
Yeah.
Xin Zhao's locked in again.
So it's Xin Zhao
Owner.
bot lane. And Veigar, Viego, they both have very similar sounding names, so obviously the mid-jungle synergy is going to be at an all-time high.
Good, yes.
What? That's just Vayne, okay. All right, Zeus.
The king is like, oh god, no! no, not in pro play too.
I was gonna say, like, that is a gambit that T1 are taking. You could see Koma's face, he was like, he didn't just wait. Let's jump onto the Rift for game number 2 of D+ Gear versus T1. Yeah, Keria is going to look to try and get a flash out of Showmaker, and he may actually have to use it here. Oh, holds onto it. Even gets a Baleful Strike for a stack or two.
Hey, and he has Spellbook, so he just TP's back, and he's fine. Doesn't care. So aiming, not quite able to get the ward there.
Yeah, might even be able to get an extra... No, he won't. So Faker will have a bit of lane control here, and the teleport already down for Showmaker.
This is really big, though, because of the fact that most people of T1 show towards the bot side of the map, and they spotted Zeus towards the top half as well.
Wait, yeah, it was Keria that played it last against Kellen on his Yuumi. Crazy. Actually, no, I remember this. This was the tech. It was the Yasuo Sejuani bottom lane.
The gank.
As here it is. Okay, Zeus is already ghosted. Let's see, charging up the stun. Not going to find a good flash from Zeus, but Lucid probably typed in worse because that is both summoner spells now down.
For sure. Oh, he's faking. He still has flash. Ghost is timed out.
Oh,
okay, doesn't end up going for it. A little bit of tension there. And now also you see, as soon as they spot him, T1 know that the bot side jungle is being taken. Kellen and Aiming, they do have Cryo, so they are going to ensure that all Owner was able to get was not even the big Raptor, just a little bit.
Yeah, Owner is in a bit of trouble here as well. Has to flash to avoid death.
Yeah, really well done there. The threat of the cage, enough.
Viego will be able to jump on top of this Rift Scuttler. Takes that one down. Meanwhile, more fighting here towards the bottom side as Permafrost is going to be utilized. Owner now fighting Lucid, but this is a dangerous one. Zeus moves on down as Lucid needs to be so careful. Is Owner going to go down? No, he's not. The Blue Buff getting aggressive, but there is Showmaker. He doesn't have flash though, remember, so he's likely to fall down. It's a fantastic cage. As Zeus, he gets knocked into the sky, and Showmaker's trying to walk it off. Faker flashing after him. Now Kingen chasing down the Emperor. Does manage to get the slow here, and he finds it. He has the red buff here as well as Faker trying to get out of the way. That Q just not finding the mark as Faker just shifts the sands over the wall.
Imagine Archangels is at some point going to get picked up as we do have Drake.
Yeah, possible fight for this one as there is full information over here.
On the go.
Yeah, Showmaker trying to clear out vision, but I don't think he's going to be able to make anything happen. No flash available. As Owner will take a little bit of poke, but otherwise not too much to worry about as Kellen finds himself on the wrong side of this wall. Skate over there from Aiming. Keria will back away as Hook goes wide. That is going to mean that Lucid not going to be able to get anything done. And we can see pings out. Kellen moving on forward. Showmaker just trying to block as the Emperor's Divide does come down. He gets over the wall. The flash hook is going to ring true here for Kellen, and the cage is going to come out as well. Faker, not long for the world, and Lucid will pick up that kill.
Actually going to give the kill over to the Viego here.
BK, I always get a little bit worried here because oftentimes they do manage to build leads, but in this series, just the gold lead has not really moved.
Got it all in,
20 minutes.
TP advantage.
Yeah, let's see what they can get done here as the hook is going to connect, but it's onto Keria. The cage comes down as well, but it's not enough to stun him up. DK should be able to get themselves their first dragon as Kingen teleported in. There's the knock-up with the 3 Talon strike. Looks like he is going to be okay. There's a flash in from Kellen, but it finds nothing.
He's going to be ecstatic. It's like, oh, Uzyr. Leandris, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's no problem.
It's still terrible, but it's not as terrible. So there you go. Aiming up here as well, he's going to be able to grab this plate as now Keria by himself is going to get hooked up as Lucid finding himself a stun as well. Aiming just wanting to maximize the amount of plates that he can pick up as teleport in from T1. Dead. Kellen knows that he's really dead, and that is going to be a kill going over to Goomer as well. And Faker, he wants even more good flash out there from Aiming. He's still going to have to vacate the area. There's a flash forward, the ulti. The Q didn't land. Therefore, Zeus will survive.
You're going to have to give it up, and they need to be careful because there is a lot of engage. Keria has his ultimate available.
Yep.
It's just going to be Herald. But first Turret Blood, probably going to be able to go over here. Faker, though, once he shows up.
Well, Lucid going to make this one a 50-50. Let's see what can happen. It is going to be the steal away as so much AoE damage coming down. The Dawning Shadow, massive value as Zeus has made his way into the fight. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but the Vayne is starting to pop off. Lucid gets over the wall, and now Showmaker left for dead. No flash because he used it earlier, and it's a double kill. Zeus now finally set up for some success.
With Viego and Cassante, it's not bad.
Doesn't feel the worst. I just don't know whether it's going to be a soul that we're really going to be talking about, as there is the charge forward. The cage is going to be put down there as well. Fair bit of damage onto Owner and Keria, but once again, they're not the optimal target. Still, they do get what they came here for, and that is the outer turret here in the mid lane. Zeus also secured the top outer and is able to move this minion wave towards
T1 are forcing DK to make a decision.
Yeah, and there's the flash forward. The cage is down there as well.
Done.
And he's just dead. Owner taken out. That is the pick you were looking for, but this is the problem. T1, is it going to be worth it for DK if this inner turret goes down? Not able to fight for that Drake, but another 4 minutes, and it's not even a soul. It is just soul point that they were fighting for, as Kellen now finds himself in amongst two. Showmaker and Lucid a little bit too far away. I don't know whether they're going to be able to save him, but he gets a big old shield. Showmaker flashes away, and T1 are just going to jump down on top of him. He can't click the blast cone.
He's running.
It's a disaster. Meanwhile, the fight on the top side is also T1 favored. Faker takes down the Cassante. Lucid, I'm not sure about this one. He's trying to get his way out.
So dead.
As Zeus is chasing after him. Vayne pretty good at chasing you down, as it turns out, as he tumbles forward, and is able to lock down that kill. And T1, they've got Baron in their eyes, and once again,
can they make a hero play? Showmaker does have Smite and TP.
Okay, let's see whether Showmaker can get something crazy
Aiming
done.
his ult. Oh, double TP.
He has done it
win
before.
This.
Yeah, exactly.
They know.
Eric
Yeah, they
has to
see
get
it. They're
himself
like,
out. They're going to pick this one up. Okay, so it's going to have to be Showmaker's Smite that wins this one out. Keria does have teleport. He can make his way back in. This is Baron not going down anytime soon. Both teams
Keria behind
looking for a little bit of an engage. As they're trying to block him off, they're going to see whether they can kill the Sejuani before this one is even a problem. But the all-out comes over the wall. It's absolutely fantastic. They take down Owner. But still, Faker's able to hunt down the Cassante. Showmaker once again trying to run from Zeus. He gets himself a big old shield, but he won't find the cage. And he's on 1 health. The flash forward from Guru is going to be what gets it done. And there is another team fight victory for T1 here. Lucid just showing up as the rest of his teammates take a dirt nap.
Lucid, it's an all or nothing, but I like this from T1. Don't even go for the Baron. There's no need. Don't need to risk it.
But Lucid could solo it. Chronicler?
Oh, I don't know if they're going to be able to try and contest this. They're going to give it their all.
Yeah, teleport going to come on forward from the Cassante. They got what they wanted. Let's see whether T1 stick around for a fight. The Beta Cage not really doing too much here.
Keeping an aggro, but going to drop it after all.
Yeah.
Maybe an actual 5v5.
Piercing Darkness able to keep them very healthy in this fight, as well as the Sand Soldiers go forward. That's another cage. Hook is going to come through. No one's stunned though. And there's the re-engage. Kellen's down so incredibly low. And there is the pick-off. Cassante trying to get some Cassante things done, but it does not work. It's another kill for the Vayne. I think that makes it 7 for Zeus on the top side of the map. DK, they still don't want to give this one up, as Lucid does get into the mist.
Fast.
Yeah, no, this is just absolutely
They can't
ridiculous.
cage him. Literally.
And the Baron is getting down lower and lower, aiming, just taking pot shots here from Zeus. He's just able to walk out of the way of the burst fire. The Baron just going to be destroyed. No way for DK to respond to it at all. And the empowered recalls will get them back home scot-free. Now that Red Bull Baron power play is going to start ticking up. Still, they do manage to get the flash and the ulti, but they'll sacrifice an inhibitor turret for it.
He didn't have the ult. If he gets the ult, Faker, then he might be able to kill him. The cage.
Yeah, cage does go down. They push them into it, but Kingen can't really tank them up. Glacial Prison comes down. Keria so incredibly tanky. Owner's going to be the first one to grab a kill in this fight. Another cage is going to work out as Lucid diving on board. He's got the Vayne, and Lucid's now trying to tumble his way to victory, but he'll be taken out as well. And I think DK are just that little bit too far behind.
Support, but it's still... Kingen is also only 1 level up on Guma.
Yeah, he's...
okay, it's 2 levels now. It's
he
fine.
Managed to make it to level 15.
Woo!
There you go. Zona taking a bit of damage there. Aiming is pretty farmed himself. He's level 16.
All right, we need to see some real Vagoring, some Cassante shenanigans, something to bring this game back. Otherwise, T1 about to bring in the match point with this Baron buff.
Well, Extendo Beam does no damage to these minions. You can see, okay, in goes Ona. Immediate cleanse from Showmaker. And yeah, that was just Ona going in. That's all that really gets them anything. And the inhibitors have just
not the triple
respawned
inhib
as well. Kellen
They know.
wanting to find an
they
angle,
know.
they spot him out. Mega Blast Cone is something that he can possibly use for a cheeky little angle, but it's not going to be before these inhibitors have all gone down. And Kellen's still just like trying to work out what he can do. The answer is nothing, as there's the explosion onto aiming the primary target, and he has to go back to the fountain. Kingan's also having to dash away. It's going to leave their whole base exposed as this.
Yes.
He'll be taken out. But even with 4 members, look at all of these minions. They are just gigantic. Kellen's made it to the backline though.
Next
and Aiming's got his health back
Right?
with the Nexus.
Right?
It's so incredibly low, and there it goes. T1, match point, and holding on to their playoff dreams.
Performance here.
Yeah, he did a lot.
He did do a whole lot. For DK, I think the draft wasn't